only touch greatness.
Hi, I'm Luke McNamara. I play for the Saginaw Spirit, and I'm coming on the I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Hi, I'm Matthew Soto. I play on the Kingston Frontenacs, and I'm eligible for the 2023 NHL Draft, and I'm on the I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Yeah, the mayor of C-Town, Ryan Hayes.
Watson got to stick around McNamara. As McNamara's got the puck back through center with some speed. McNamara drops for Hill, goes back in a shot, they score! Luke McNamara deflects the puck past Ivanov, and Saginaw has the 4-3 lead. Great job. 4:41 to go in the third period. McNamara really deserves that. He had a tough stretch last year, but he's really playing well. Sixth goal of the season for Luke McNamara. He made sure the Greyhounds didn't maintain possession at one end. Charges up ice and a little give and go with Theo Hill. Gives Saginaw their first lead of the hockey game with less than 5 to go.
He's been terrific. Off the turnover. Hill centering pass, second opportunity, and scores. Luke McNamara, number 8 on the year.
Looks toward back at center ice, loses it. Smith inside of the defensive end. We are near the halfway mark of the third period. Otters trail by 2. Moved in by McNamara, shot, and they score. 5 unanswered goals. McNamara back the other way with speed. 3-on-2 for Saginaw. McNamara going across the ice. Here's a chance. Mangoni, the shot, and he scores! Good play by McNamara. Flawless passing. McNamara finds Mangoni. 5-1 Saginaw here in the third.
Soto down the right side. Tries to knife his way on through, and he does. Soto towards the net, and he scores! Fortunate play there. Pile up of bodies just inside the blue line. And Soto felt as though he wasn't involved in things early on. Well, he's put his name on the score sheet. Goals in back-to-back games for Matthew Soto.
Chromiak far side. He's got Soto with him. High slot. Right to Soto. Goes to the forehand. Scores. Nothing turns into something for Matthew Soto.
Makes a great play in the face-off dot to get into shooting position. He's had the period of his life.
You're tuning into I Only Touch Greatness podcast, Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Often imitated but never duplicated. I Only Touch Greatness podcast. Scan the code and follow. Often imitated but never duplicated. I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes.
So, Luke, born in Mississauga. What was childhood like for you growing up?
Childhood growing up was pretty crazy. Growing up in the GTA area, and started hockey when I was probably 2 years old. Growing up in Mississauga, playing for fun at the start of it, just getting my feet wet in the game, and then decided to further my dreams and play in the GTHL. At some point, started playing for the Red Wings, and then I played for the Titans for 5 years, and then I played for JRC in Bantam, and then I went over to Bishop Kearney in Rochester, and I played there in my minor midget year, and then I got selected for the OHL draft. So it's been a cool roller coaster so far, and it's been a fun one too.
And you have a family that played, or was GM? Why not? I saw that it was GM for sure of the Maple Leafs, right?
Yeah, Jerry was former general manager for the Leafs back in the 70s. So drafted guys like Wendell Clark and Boris Salming. So pretty cool to kind of hear his advice and help me move along in my hockey career.
For sure. Matt, same question for you, but born in Oaksville. Is that correct?
Yeah. I grew up mainly in Oakville, and we had like a really good Oakville team, and I played for them majority of my minor hockey career. And yeah, it's like a good city to play hockey. A lot of kids play, and I grew up playing with and like training with a lot of guys. That's how I knew and like Luke from training in Oakville. And yeah, yeah, it's been great playing like growing up here, and that's a really good hockey city.
Okay, question for both of you guys again. Who really influenced you as a kid? Like, was there someone that you looked up to a lot that made you want to really get into the sport and take it serious?
Luke, you go first.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, might as well stay in the same order.
Okay. Personally for me, looking up at guys like, in the NHL, personally, like the superstars like Crosby and kind of Connor McDavid, like those guys, like you just look up to those guys and like look at their lifestyle and what, how they handle themselves at the rink, all that. But personally, like a big influencer has been like my dad so far. Just growing up in hockey, him kind of helping me and guiding me throughout my career so far. And I can't say enough thanks to him and for what he's done for me, but definitely a guy that, I looked up to, and, he played the game too. So it's good to take some tools from him and add it into my game.
Yeah. Well, like Luke said, obviously watching NHL and superstars, it's pretty cool, and you grow up wanting to be them, and like training and trying to become like as good as them. And yeah, like Luke said, I'd say my dad too. Yeah, he like got me into the sport, and always been there for me and pushed me. So yeah, him for sure.
What's one aspect of each of your game you've had to, or not just the game, but in life that you've had to overcome to get to where you are today?
I'll start, I guess, again. Personally, for me, it was during that COVID year when the lockdown happened. It's really tough for everybody and tough for me as a hockey player as well. And moving down to the US to play further my career down in Rochester, New York at Bishop Kearney, that was kind of an obstacle that year for everybody, and something that helped me moving forward in my career to go down there and kind of get a feel of USA hockey and just go down there and play my minor midget year and continue to play the game, develop all that. So it was a learning curve, like to be on my own that year at 15, kind of go through some adjustments, like, you're doing everything on your own type of thing. And, just doing all your own stuff as it is, like your living situation's different. So that was definitely challenging for me, probably an obstacle that I had to hop through, but it worked out. So.
All right. Can you repeat the question again?
What's one obstacle you've overcome in your life that got you, or to get you where you are today?
Well, I guess an obstacle was like the COVID whole like scenario. Getting one of my seasons cut out short, and obviously we didn't have a minor midget season, so that was really hard to find ways to like try to improve and have stuff to do during COVID. So I say that was an obstacle. I think I did a good job of trying to stay in shape and like be ready for because we jumped right from like Bantam to the OHL. So I would say that was a big obstacle.
Take us back to the OHL drafts. Luke, you went first round 15th overall 2021. And Matt, you went first round 5th overall 2021. Where were you guys when you were drafted?
So I was personally at home just watching it kind of unfolding through my laptop. My family was sitting with me in my family room, and we were just watching it kind of to see what was going to happen. And kind of went through the picks. Saw Matthew get picked by Kingston, which was pretty cool to see, because we've trained together, worked out at kind of a gym near our place here in Oakville. So, anyways, so it was kind of a hectic day. Like it was, a little nerve wracking going into it, but looking back, it was a really fun experience. And so watching it unfold, picks go by, and then I got a text from my agent that it was going to be Saginaw, and then I got a call shortly after from the GM and my head coach, and they just welcomed me and everything, and it was a really cool experience. And then just had like a little gathering, like a street party afterwards. Nothing too special because you have to do some interviews and stuff like that afterwards. So the next day we ended up doing like a little street party, and so that's about it.
Okay. And Matt?
Yeah, I was on a walk because I found it like it was really stressful. So yeah, and then I heard like the GM like FaceTime me, and I heard my name shortly after. So yeah, it was just a great moment. Then I came back and celebrated with my family and friends, and something like I still remember, and it was really cool to hear my name called.
What's one thing, this is for both of you, what's one thing from year one of your OHL career that you learned and you took it into the year two?
Something for me, just coming from my first year was kind of the adjustment period a little bit. Like you come in the league right away at 16, and some adjustments in the first 10 games, kind of just, the speed of it, the physicality, all that. And then the game kind of settles in, and then probably just, I don't really know, like the living situation was pretty much the same kind of when I went through in minor midget, just moving away from home and living with a billet family. But kind of the ups and downs with the year, like, going through some team adversity or things like that. And then personally, like just like getting your feet wet in the league, like learning some different things, and adjusting your game a little bit. But I would say like the adjustments is probably like the size, and the physicality part of it. And then there's just some mental stuff that you go through along the way, just like some obstacles, but you just have to overcome them and just keep pushing forward and getting better every day. So
Yeah, I would say for me, it was definitely an adjustment at first, like playing against bigger, faster, stronger guys, and I guess after, I'm sure it's like the same for Luke. After your first couple of games, you kind of get more used to it and more comfortable. So yeah, just that adjustment, and it was cool. Like my first year, I was on like a really good team. We were going for it, so just being on a team with a lot of older guys and guys I could learn from. Um, so yeah, I try to learn from them a lot, and like how it is to be on a team that's going for it. So I think it was a really good. I learned a lot my first year.
But yeah, I was when I was checking out your stats, I saw that you doubled your stats into the second year pretty much, because you had 42 points in 54 games.
But yeah, I think obviously it's comes from like experience, and I had more of a role because all the older guys, or most older guys, were forwards, and they moved on to like the AHL and stuff. So I had a bigger role, which I try to take advantage of. So yeah, that's kind of why.
And Luke, I saw your points went up too in the second year. How are you both looking to improve on, or what are you both looking to improve on going into year three?
yeah, obviously there's, you kind of just go back in the summer, just, we just finished off a good run there in our second year, making it the second round. And then it was kind of long in your body. And personally, for just the playoffs and stuff, like it's a different animal. And then coming home, just like taking some time off and, relaxing, going out, playing some golf, like getting my mind off the game a little bit. And then kind of getting back in the gym every single day, like 5 days a week. I'm only skating once a week right now because just just staying, just in the gym, like personally, because I think that's going to help me a little bit more this summer, just to put on the a little bit more size and strength. And coming back to my third year, hoping to kind of just get as much better as I can this summer and just come back and be where I think I can be. So
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, well, I had a longer off season, so I've been home a little longer than Luke and most guys because we didn't make the playoffs. So I took some time off to relax because the season's long and it's a grind sometimes. So, but like right now, I'm just trying to stay in the gym, working out a lot, trying to get stronger, like bigger, faster, and I'm skating like twice a week, like mainly like skating lessons and working with like my skills coach, trying to like work on little things that I can improve on. So yeah, trying to like come to next year like a better hockey player. So yeah.
Well, as you can see, I'm a Canucks fan. So why would you be the best fit for the Vancouver Canucks? Both of you
guys. Well, I think we're at this point we're not really focused on just I guess I think we don't really care what team we get drafted to or anything, but it would be cool to be selected there. I've heard a lot of great things about Vancouver and the city of it and everything. Like it's cold up there, but it's pretty cool. So
it's colder out there in the East Coast.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Whatever. I mean, either way, it's pretty cold up there and stuff. Different climate, but yeah, I think the team's pretty. They have good size and strength, so I think bringing that quality and just like I think our skill levels and
I was meaning more along the lines of what are you bringing to the team? Like what are your favorite parts about your game?
Personally, I would say my size, hockey sense, like my the way I see the game. Personally, just all that I think, and I think that's something that they can use. So
yeah, we definitely can use that. I need some Canadians on my team. We got too many Swedes. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to start like Vancouver is like one of my favorite teams, so just like thinking that would be sick. But I don't like it. Yeah, if that would happen, it would be awesome. But yeah, I'd like to say I'd bring like compete, like work ethic, skill, and like play driving. I guess just like try to do whatever it takes to help the team win. So that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we'll try to bring.
Okay, and how are you both preparing for the draft? And are you taking many calls? You don't have to say what teams, but are you getting calls or Zoom meetings?
Yeah, I think we're both probably getting calls and stuff like that. But right now it's just kind of just getting my mind off the game a little bit. It's a little bit stressful when you kind of think about that day. That's still a month and a bit away. So I think personally, I'm just at home, hanging out with buddies, working out every day, just trying to get myself as strong as I can for that day. And then, if we're fortunate to be selected by any team, afterwards you'll have training camp. So just kind of getting prepared for that. And, but yeah, it's exciting and I'm super excited for it to come up. But right now it's just kind of enjoying myself being home and, taking some time away from the game as well to mentally, help myself. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm not really like thinking about the draft. I'm kind of just preparing and trying to get better because that's the only thing you can really control right now. So when it happens, I'm sure like I'll be excited to see it, like, guys like Luke or like buddies, and it'll just be really cool and like, exciting like a couple of days. So yeah, something to look forward to, but not really thinking too much about.
Do you guys both go down to Nashville, or are you going to stay home and watch it?
Personally, I haven't decided yet. Like we'll see what happens with everything, but yeah. So we'll kind of see what happens day by day.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go. I think it would be like really cool experience, even if I'm like worst case not selected. It's it's a pretty cool city and everything. So yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, Nashville is fun. That's for sure. Have you guys had any crazy draft questions? Any weird ones that I can take from you and borrow?
Personally, not not too much. I think they're, you know, they might throw some curveballs at you, like just some personal stuff. You know, not too much, to be honest with you. Just kind of questions that they would ask, some challenges throughout the year, like, or positive stuff, whatever it is, and then, you know, ask you about teammates, like things like that, that are coming up in the next drafts. Like, it's just, you know, there's not a lot of curveballs. I don't think, like some people do for sure, but I haven't got too many hard ones. So
Oh, they're coming right next. The next questions. The Matt, you got any?
No, like Luke, like kind of similar to Luke. They're pretty straightforward questions. You're funny, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'll shoot my draft questions for you guys then. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
For me, probably be like a tiger or something like that, because it's the top of its kingdom, and you know, it's very like aggressive, and it's got, you know, it's got a compete level for an animal. So definitely a tiger for me.
I would have to say a wolf because I've always liked them growing up, and I find it cool. Like they work in packs and they hunt together. So I just think they're a cool animal. I'd like to be one.
Okay, and I told this joke last time, Luke. I always go with a dolphin because I look like a dolphin. I got the bald head and the nose, right? If you had to sing one karaoke song during rookie initiation, what song are you singing?
I don't really know. Probably like Grenade or something like that, like by Bruno Mars. Just a good song. So
It's a good song.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I had to do that like for rookie initiation. I don't think I was like allowed to choose. I'm not sure, but I remember I sang. I think it was like Fireworks by Katy Perry. So yeah, I'd probably stick with that.
Okay. If you're having a dream dinner party and can invite 3 famous people, dead or alive, who do you want to bring to your party?
You said 3?
3.
For sure, like Kobe Bryant. Like, I just wish I could, you know, obviously he's passed away, but he would be a cool person to speak to about just his lifestyle and the way he kind of handled himself away from the game, because he was mentally such a good player, you know, basketball player. So definitely him. Probably the great one, because can't go wrong with going out with Wayne Gretzky, like best player ever, and just such an amazing hockey player. And you know, the records he's done and broken, just he probably has some crazy stories to tell. um and then probably lastly, probably Sidney Crosby as well, because I mean Sidney just he's same thing, just amazing accomplishments, and just he probably has some crazy stories as well, and he's you know, one of the best players of all time too. So that'd be cool. Those are my 3.
And Matt, you're up.
Um, I think Kobe, that would be cool. Obviously he's passed away, but get a chance to talk about to him about his stories, and he's pretty inspirational. So him, Tom Brady, it's like the same inspirational. He's like sort of the goat and stuff. And third, probably I don't know, like Austin Matthews. Um, I think he's a sick player, and be cool to talk to one of the best players in the league right now.
Yeah, I always go with Tupac. Seth Rogen would be my comedian, because I think he's really funny. And then if Luke's taking Wayne Gretzky, I'm taking Paulina.
Good choice.
Pretty good choice there, I think. Do you guys have a go-to celly?
Personally, probably just maybe a sick twirl, you know, put my arms up kind of thing, you know, maybe hop up onto the glass maybe, or something like that personally, but nothing too special.
Yeah, I don't really have a go-to silly. I don't think I score enough to like be able to have one, but I think I like I've done it a couple of times, just like smashing the glass or like seeing to the boards, and yeah, most of the time I just put my hands up and celebrate with my teammates. So yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite road barn and worst road barn?
Probably London for sure, or the best barn. Just the atmosphere, probably that or the Odd. Actually, the Kitchener Auditorium. Those are two good rinks. Just heavy on the crowd and just it's a cool atmosphere to play in. And then probably the worst rink, probably like Owen Sound or or a team like that, or maybe because it's a tiny rink, but I mean they pack it in there, so it's cool. But probably the worst atmosphere, I guess. But it's tough to say. They got pretty good fans, but probably choose them. So
Okay.
My favorite rink is the Tribute Center. The one Oshawa plays at. We play them a lot there. I think it's a really nice rink and they have good fans. It's always like fun game when we play there. And my least is probably like we only played there once. It's Owen Sound. We got in there at like 3 a.m. I just remember it, like looking at the ice. It was so small and yeah, it was a tiny rink, and I wasn't a big fan.
Huh. We have to see a game out there. I mean, they got that beauty Barlow too. So, yeah. Who are your Stanley Cup predictions?
personally, Carolina or uh, Carolina or Florida, probably Seattle. I don't know. Probably Florida or Carolina. So I actually I hope it's Carolina because my cousin's a scout for them. So it'd be cool to see him get a ring, and it would actually be three NHL rings in my family. So
Oh yeah.
Cool. I would like to see McDavid win the Oilers. I think they're so fun to watch, especially like their power play and stuff. So um, I think if they can beat Vegas and make force a game 7, and they advance, I think they have a good chance of winning. So, and I hope they do. So, yeah.
Yeah, they got that big game tonight.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What is your dream stadium that you wish to play in one day?
Probably the Leafs, the Scotiabank Arena, probably. I don't know. There's a ton, I think, but probably Toronto would be a cool atmosphere to play in, just in my hometown. So
For myself, I would say New York's rink, like Madison Square Garden, seems like it's really hyped up, and I've never been there, but like the center of attention. So I think it'd be really cool to play there.
Okay. Now to the friends of the show. Luke, you played alongside, or your goalie was Tristan Lennox. Good guy. We had him on the show. Tell us a good story about him or something.
put me on the spot.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
Yeah. Lenny's a really good guy. He's a goofy guy, but he's very driven. Tough to kind of give a story.
How many times have you scored on him in practice?
I think a few for sure, but he's hard to beat for sure. He's a good goalie and just such a good person too. Like he really helped me my first year, just as a hockey player, just coming in as a 16-year-old. He was really there for me and stuff like that. So that was cool to kind of have him there, help me and guide me through my first year. But I think he was the one that actually told me to sing the karaoke song, and he was like, "You got to get up here and sing it." And I think it was I don't know if it was "Grenade" by Bruno Mars, but it was "Somebody" by Bruno Mars, another song I think, like,
okay,
or it was Katy Perry, one of those. But he's like, "Oh, Luke, you got to get up here and start singing to the team." And I was like, nervous 16-year-old, like, oh no. So, but definitely that. So
okay. Matt, for you, friend of the show, Braden Hetch. Can you tell us some good story about him? I've actually had him on twice.
Yeah, he played on my team last year and a bit this year, and he was such a great guy, a great leader, like kind of like a mentor, I guess, for like the young guys like myself. And yeah, funny story. Well, yeah, he was the one who made me sing the karaoke, but I remember like this year he was being like really hard on the rookies and stuff at the start, and then we understood why later. So like we were all kind of like us and like the younger guys, we decided like I water cupped him, which is weird because I was like a young guy. That's what like he would do to the younger guys, like give it to us, but I did, and then yeah, he wasn't very happy about it. But then he said that like since then it changed him, and he's like I guess less hard on us because he said he wanted to come out like at the start and really be a leader and like be hard on us and stuff. So yeah, said that changed him, and yeah, ever since then he was like the like nicest guy, and yeah, I really looked up to him. He was a great guy.
Actually, you had Shane Wright got traded to you too, right?
Well, he didn't play this year. I played with him last year.
Yeah.
And we traded him to Windsor. He didn't like come to we didn't even see him. We saw that he got traded. So yeah.
Okay. And Luke, what's it like playing with Missa?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's a really good teammate, and kind of cool to see him kind of come in the league as a 15-year-old and see him at training camp, just kind of getting his feet wet. And then he was actually on my team in the training camp games, so I kind of played with him actually on a line at the rookie camp because they make the 05s go back for the 06s and kind of mentor them and help them out. So I kind of was there with him, and then coming into his first year with our team, his first game he got 2 goals, and then kind of like went on a bit of a tear. And it's kind of cool to see him kind of go through some adjustments, but really coming in and solidifying himself and doing a really good job. And it's really cool to see that. And he's a really special player, and he'll be good in the coming years. So
another guy too, Josh Bloom, Canuck prospect.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see him kind of, it was tough to kind of say goodbye to him when he got traded to North Bay, but we weren't really sure as a team what we were doing, if we were going for it or not, and we wanted him to have the best opportunity to kind of go for it. So, but he was a great mentor for me in my first year, and going on car rides with him and stuff like that. A really good guy, and fun to be around type of thing. And then it's actually cool to see him get traded to your hometown team, and Vancouver. It's a pretty cool place there, and I'm sure he's gonna love it. But yeah, I wish him nothing but the best in the future as well. So,
what about favorite sports movie?
For me, probably Happy Gilmore was a funny one, or Miracle on Ice, probably, because those are, Miracle on Ice is probably the coolest one I've watched for hockey. I guess hockey related. So kind of, cool to see USA win. And Happy Gilmore is just comedy, just super funny. Adam Sandler or not Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I guess it was, yeah, sorry, Adam Sandler. So
yeah,
cool to kind of
see him.
Yeah, cool to see him in that movie and be himself, and definitely those 2 movies for me.
Yeah, so. That was actually filmed right down the road from me here at the golf course.
Cool, that's really cool.
Yeah. Matt, you got one?
Yeah, Miracle's definitely up there. That was really cool. Watched it a lot of times, but I just like the Mighty Ducks series. I thought it was like really funny, and it was like a good movie to watch about like teamwork and stuff. So I'd say like all those movies.
Okay. How important is your guys' public image? Like the stuff you post on social media?
Yeah, it's definitely really important to make sure you're staying clean on the internet and social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and, making sure you're posting the right stuff because, scouts and teams look at that stuff. And I think that's really important, and it kind of shows who you are and everything. And, even what you say on interviews and stuff like that, like being careful with how you, persuade yourself and all that. Like, I think it's super important that you, obviously think before you talk or think before you post something, because can always come back to you in a second. And the minute you post it, it's out there. So that's something I've learned along the way. And definitely like coming up in the draft, that's super important. So
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, like Luke covered a lot of things. I remember on Kingston, we had a guy come in and tell us about, he had like a meeting about being smart on social media and like the whatnots and what's okay. So just learning from that, and obviously being careful about what I post, and yeah, just don't get in trouble.
That's for sure. We had a football prospect tell us that you don't post anything you wouldn't want your grandma to see. Hey, what about did you guys get any fights? Like, you get any OHL fights?
Personally, it would have been a fight, but kind of got tripped by my teammates a little bit. I should have probably done it a lot sooner, but me and actually Bertucci, who was actually on with me the last episode, we it was kind of a weird play, like broken play in the playoffs. I think it was game 3 or something, and I took a shot and I think I just hit the shoulder. Like I thought I was gonna score or whatever, and kind of missed. And then I skated around around the back of the net, and he kind of like angled me off and like stuck his stick out, and I kind of like I didn't fall. Like luckily, I kind of just glided out, and then I turned around and we were just exchanging words back and forth, and then we finally said let's go, um and then the refs kind of came in like the last like right away kind of thing. So it was tough because I was ready to go, but not really a fighter or anything. But yeah, I'm trying to be moving forward in my career still a little bit here and there, just to add some intensity and stuff. So
yeah, I'll try to find that highlight and drop it in. Matt?
No, I've never been in a fight. I don't really look to fight, and yeah, no one's really asked me. I remember I've only like been asked once, and it was because like this guy on Niagara was like, I forget who, but it was like a big guy, and he like hit someone. And he thought like I was gonna fight him. He's like, "You want to go?" I said no. So yeah, I haven't fought, but I think it would be cool to fight one day. So we'll see.
Okay. Why do you, Luke? Why do you wear 90? And Matt, why do you wear 92?
Personally, I wore 9 my whole life through minor hockey. So growing up in the GTHL, I've always worn number 9, and that was my number. And then I went to the States during the COVID year. I wore 19 because I actually asked for 9, but they said it was easier to just wear 19. So I said okay. And then coming into my first year, I actually asked for 9 again because I was like, I love that number and stuff. And actually, it was taken by one of our players that isn't playing with us right now, but hopefully will down the line. But then I just decided a double-digit number would be cool, and I thought taking 90 would actually be pretty cool to kind of wear. And I just think a double-digit number is the coolest. So that's probably my number moving forward.
Yeah, I wore 92 like growing up most years. I remember I was number 9, and then one year it was take. I switched teams, and I just decided like I do, and I thought it looked good, and just stuck with it ever since.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Personally, a couple. I usually have a nice vanilla iced coffee, medium, coming to the rink. I just love doing that, and then walk in and then personally, like a ritual is probably like when I take my stick, I go toe to heel. And then when I'm done with my stick, I put it face up instead of face down in the stick rack. So my blade is actually on top and my butt end is down on the bottom. And then typically do my right side over my left. So when I'm getting ready.
Okay.
For myself, I had a lot of rituals, and then like throughout the season, I got bored of it, so I didn't really have anything. I guess one thing was just painting my stick white. And I like sitting on the bench before games with my teammates, and yeah, nothing too crazy really.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you with some quick response questions, so they're only one or two word answers, so we can. And after that, we wrap this up. Favorite sports franchise? It doesn't have to be hockey.
I don't really know. Like, what do you mean by like just like any franchise?
Say, I see the Pirates hat on Matt there. So like Pittsburgh Pirates or an NFL team. You said Tom Brady. So like any team. It doesn't have to be hockey because I know you guys got the draft coming up. So
Probably the Raptors. Just cool to, watch them in Toronto as well. And they they're usually pretty good. So it's a cool logo and good franchise as well. So probably them.
I would say Golden State Warriors.
okay. Tough one the other night though.
Actually, another one would probably be I don't know. I think the Rangers have a cool franchise. I know it's hockey related, but that's pretty cool. So as well.
Okay.
Madison Square Garden.
What's your favorite Halloween costume you ever was?
I think I don't know. I think one year I was a skeleton, which I thought was pretty cool. So I think I wore that one year and thought it was pretty cool to wear and so yeah, I think a skeleton.
Okay.
I have to say, I had like this cool costume. I think it was like a Slim Reaper. It had like the sword thing, and I thought it was really cool when I was little, and I was really scary. So I'll say that.
Okay. Favorite actor or actress?
Favorite actor. I don't really know. I think there's a lot. Like there's, the Adam Sandler's, the comedies. There's the, um, I'll go with Tom Holland. It's pretty cool. He's does really well with those movies, like, the Avengers and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite actor would probably be like Michael B. Jordan. I like watching Creed and stuff, and I think he's really good. An actress, probably like Margaret Robbie or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the second part. Actress, probably, yeah, Margot Robbie.
Yeah, it's hard not to like that. Okay, deep sea or outer space if you had to travel to one of them?
Outer space.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Yeah, would you rather go to deep sea or outer space?
Both are I find both scary, but probably outer space.
Okay. And spring, summer, fall, or winter? What's your favorite time of the year?
Personally, probably spring. Just because like you can golf again and there's not any snow like later on in the spring. So probably spring and then just like it's just good to not have snow finally coming off of the winter. So yeah.
It's 35 degrees in Vancouver today. I was telling Matt.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For myself, it's either like summer, winter. I mean, summer's nice, like the weather, no school and stuff, but winter is cool because it's like the middle of season and it's like hockey time. So those two.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
I used to be a tea guy personally. I actually used to have those before games, but now I'm back to coffee. So been doing coffee the last couple years, 3 years now. So I love the vanilla iced coffee.
Myself, I don't drink like either, so
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, then favorite Gatorade color?
For sure, blue. Personally,
For me, I'd say orange.
Okay. I like the yellow. It's underrated.
Yeah.
If you could only eat pancakes or waffles for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
pancakes for sure.
I'd say waffles because like I've been at hotels with those like waffle makers and they're pretty easy to make and yeah, I just like them more.
Hey, cat or dog person?
Dog for sure. We have one right now. We love her, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say dog too.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Early bird or night owl?
What'd you say, sorry?
Early bird or a night owl?
Probably early bird.
I'd say night owl.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would that be?
Probably invisible man or something. Because you'd be invisible, no one could see you. Sometimes. So
Yeah, I would have the ability to travel back in time. I think it'd be cool. Like if you like have a shot in the slot, you can go back in time until you snipe. So yeah,
rack up the goals or something.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's always be perfect.
Okay. I'd always want to go back, or not back in time. I'd always want to know what my date was thinking before she left me behind. So I'd want to be able to read minds.
That's cool.
You brought up what you were saying, the time machine there. I have a different question. I wasn't even going to shoot, but if you were to take a time machine to any era, what era would you take it to?
Is it for me or
both of you guys?
Both of us. I don't know. It's tough to say. Like you go back to the era of like the 70s, or you go back in time, and you know what? I'll go with the 70s. It'd be cool to kind of see what that era was like back in the day, like the crazy hairdos and stuff like that. So
could we go to does it have to be back in time or could it be in like the future?
No, you can be forward if you really want. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely go forward. Maybe like 500 years or something, or like a while, just see what it's like and like what goes on. Like maybe there's like we're wiped out or something, and it'd be good to know what happens.
Okay. You know what a Canadian tuxedo is?
I have no idea.
No idea. Okay. So Canadian tuxedo is denim on denim, so it's like jean jacket with jeans.
Oh, cool. That's
yeah. No, usually the Americans don't get that one. Okay, there's two more. There's one name on the Stanley Cup 5 times, but it's spelled different 5 different times. Can you guess who that might be?
So there's a player on the cup that's
and his name's engraved 5 different times and spelt different. But we'll go and give you some hints. You gotta think like who's won a cup 5 times at least, what franchise, old ass Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Jacques Plante.
Who was it?
Jacques Plante.
Okay. I probably wouldn't know about that.
Trick question. If you were a flavor, what flavor would you be?
Personally, probably spice. I don't know, flavor. I don't know, not spice. Wrong one. Maybe. I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe garlic.
Matt, yeah, you got to answer too, buds.
I don't know. So you can't.
I didn't hear you if you said it.
Oh, I said caramel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always go with mint because I think that I'm mint. Yeah, it's a shitty question. All right, I want to thank you guys for taking the time and coming back on, Luke, for you, and it was great. And I wish you nothing but luck in the draft, and hopefully we can have you guys back on down the road.